Welcome, RoundTable family, to another exciting episode of the Sports RoundTable Trio Edition. I'm your host, Rowdy, as always, joined by my co-host, Big Boy and Coop. How are we doing, boys?
Good, man.
It's pretty good, man. We're living the spring break life now, so we're getting there.
What's that like?
It's a packed one, and it's going to jump off right away. We got our RoundTable Chat Coaches edition. We're going to let Coach in right now. We're going to introduce him, and it's going to be a good one. While Coach joins later on, we got a RoundTable Chat with the South Carolina catcher. He's going to be joining us later as well, but we'll wait for Coach to get hooked up here. All right, joining us now is the man. Obviously, he's got all the gear on for it right there. No introduction. Coach Tyler Johnson over at McLennan Junior College in Waco, Texas. Some may know his dad as well, Skip Johnson, fellow Texas coach, now head coach at University of Oklahoma. How are we doing, man?
Hey, how are y'all? Thanks for having me on.
Good. Thanks for coming.
Man, it's good. We've been doing this coaching segment last couple of weeks now. We had one of your fellow competitors in the JUCO ranks, an old Dusty Hart, now over at Blinn, of course. So we've had him on. Had some good ones on, man, but appreciate you taking your time during the season to come on and chat with us.
Absolutely.
For sure. We just got a couple little questions. We can get started off. Obviously, you're a very young dude yourself, but kind of what inspired you to first become a baseball coach at that kind of level? And then what was it like growing up with your dad, obviously at the time coaching at UT for a little bit, and then obviously now been the head coach at OU for how many years now? I don't even know.
I think it's 7. So as long as I've been coaching, he's been the head coach at Oklahoma. So 7 years. Yeah. So kind of what inspired me to be a baseball coach was really growing up around it. Obviously, my dad playing a big influence in that of growing up on the fields, and when he was the head coach at Navarro College, and then going over to when he went over to Texas, and I think it was 2007. So I was about 12 years old. And getting to just be around college baseball is kind of all I've ever known. But on top of that, just seeing the impact that him and Augie and Coach Harmon and Coach Nicholson and all those guys were always around him, seeing the impact that they made on people's lives really kind of inspired me to be a coach. And hey, I want to be like these guys one day and see those guys, see how they make an impact, and I want to be able to do that too. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Reflecting on your journey as a head coach, what are some of the most significant lessons you've learned along the way?
Really that everybody's different, and no matter what's happening in your season, no matter what's happening at practice, this and that, every single day you look for an opportunity to get somebody better. That's been one of the really cool things of just always reminding yourself as a head coach, and really as a coach in general, you get a chance to make somebody better that day. And it might not be on the baseball field. It might be something that has to do with their life. It might be something to do with schoolwork, anything like that. You get an opportunity to make somebody better every single day. And that's been one of the pretty cool parts of getting to now be a head coach, transferring over from an assistant coach is, hey, you have a bigger impact. You have a bigger voice. How can your program and your assistant coaches, what are we going to do to make somebody better every single day?
Yeah, no doubt. We're joined by Tyler Johnson, head coach at McLennan Junior College. As a head coach, what do you consider to be the most important qualities that you look for, when getting a player or skills?
Yeah, number one, looking for somebody that loves it. It's really, especially at junior college level. I know Cade knows this. It's so difficult every single day because you have to really love baseball. You got to really love showing up to the field every day because we have such long hours, we have such long days. If you don't love it, you're going to get burnt out really quick. And just seeing somebody that loves baseball, that plays it with passion, that loves their teammates, love being around it, that's the number one most important quality. If you have that, then we can work with you on the skill stuff. Then we can work with you every single day because you're going to be able to match our intensity on that side of things.
For sure. Well, for the people who don't know watching, McLennan, very much of a powerhouse when it comes to the JUCO baseball ranks, even softball now as well. Just over the last couple of years, obviously when you were assistant, big time, and then even now as you've been the head coach, it's transitioned over very well. But looking at your team this year, this season, would you consider to kind of be the strengths of your team? I believe y'all are started off 11-8 on the year. Just had your first conference, 2 games on Wednesday, heading into the first conference weekend this coming weekend. Kind of, what does that kind of look like for your squad this year?
Yeah, I think the strengths of this group is we have a lot of depth on the mound. At the same time, we're really young. You can kind of see it in our win-loss record being 11-8, playing a really tough schedule to the start of the year. But kind of the fact that we're really young, there's a lot of guys that are really eager and really want to get after it. At times, we're going to make mistakes. You can kind of see that a little bit every single game we play. But the awesome part is they've learned every single week. Every time we're not making the same mistakes over and over. We're learning week in and week out. And by the end of the year, hopefully that that kind of all comes together. But I think with having those young guys and using that as our strength is you can see those guys really eager to learn and really eager to play and get after it. It's so tough at a junior college. You have half your team every single year is brand new to college baseball, and they don't know how they belong or where they fit in. They're trying to figure that out. And then half your team in junior college either already has a place to play or they're worried about where they're playing next and looking in the future. And so trying to get all those guys kind of really tied in on one rope. And what we're trying to do here is and playing while be where their feet are is the tough part. But you can see it week in and week out. We're learning and getting better, and it's going to be fun to see towards the end of the year.
Yeah, that's good. And you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what has your experience been of being a head coach at the JUCO level after starting off as an assistant at Blinn for a year and then McLennan for 4 years under current Baylor head coach Mitch Thompson?
Yeah, so it was the toughest part and has really been the administration side. You got to deal with a lot of other stuff outside of baseball. That's been the toughest transition on that side of things, and also really putting a lot of trust and leadership into your assistant coaches. Letting them do their jobs, but also holding the standard that we want to have set every single day, and just trying to find a good balance of that. And I think our coaches do a great job. Christian Reyes, Peter Stark, Tanner Rockwell, and PJ Carmichael have done an awesome job this year of really taking the reins when I'm either I have to run off and do something in admin wise, or I'm worried or working on stuff that's just going to help plan trips and different things like that, and doing budget meetings and everything, being able to trust those guys to go out there and get after it and uphold the standard that we've set.
Yeah, no doubt. Kind of piggybacking on that, what's changed really between the first year and now where you're at a powerhouse like you're at, as far as the you have to win and the pressure of winning at a college like that?
Nothing's really changed. The winning side of things, we don't necessarily talk about winning. It's something that comes along with we're gonna really trust our process. We're gonna do things the right way. How we look at it is we're gonna really hammer the development side of things, and if we're gonna trust what we do development wise, if our players are gonna trust it, if we're gonna trust it as coaches, then those guys are gonna go out there and they're gonna produce. And the game should come easier because of what we do on the developmental side of things. And not only are we developing our guys as baseball players, we're really focused on developing them as people. Are they going to be able to handle the adversities and the failures and the ups and downs of a baseball game, which translates perfectly to life? And that's kind of the most important part of it. When we really hammer home on that, when we go out there and we play baseball games, we end up winning a bunch. And that's really how we handle the pressure as a staff and as a team is, hey, every single moment, every single game is going to have ups and downs. How we handle ourselves, what we learn from those moments, that's what's going to carry us into winning. And those are the standards that we set in practice. Those are the standards we set in the classroom, at their dorms and their duplexes and things like that. So.
Yeah, and you're making your own path, which is cool. But your dad is a legend,
Absolutely.
So, can you tell us what it was like growing up in such a baseball family, and then the best coaching advice your dad has given you along the way?
Really just I felt so it's kind of funny, like just our family. So I have a younger brother. His name's Garrett. He's 25, and he loves to hunt. So if you know my dad, he's super outdoors guy. Come October through beginning of January, and then when it's baseball season, it's all on baseball. And so my brother got the hunting side of things. He loves to hunt. I like to hunt too, but my brother got the real, like, hey, I'm going to be out in the woods all the time, getting after it. And then I got the baseball side. And so just growing up at the field every single day, you get to learn so much about just different, like you get to learn about the game. You get to be around a bunch of different people and learn different personalities. And then, and really it's just like a giant family every single year with every single team. It's like, hey, these are my brothers growing up. Hey, these are my brothers. They take me in when I'm a little kid and growing up around a bunch of baseball players. But then, just also seeing, kind of mentioned it earlier, the impact that my dad has had on people's lives. And that's the most important part and the most best advice. He always says it, puts it this way. He really wants to carve his name on a kid's heart. And the only way to do that is to build a great relationship with those guys. And then towards the end of it, we can show that kid how much we know about baseball and teach him about baseball. But the very first thing is, hey, we're going to get to know this guy as a person and put the person first over the baseball player.
Yeah, no doubt. They still gets talked about around the 40 acres in good ways too. But again, we're joined by Tyler Johnson, head coach at McLennan Junior College. As a coach, it's important to build that team chemistry. What strategies or approaches do you take to build that camaraderie and keeping that chemistry going throughout the long season?
Yeah, so our motto from the very beginning is family. When we get in here, we do a lot of stuff together, and really lay out the aspects of, hey, these guys next to you are the guys you're going to fight with. We do a lot of team activities, a lot of team competitions, to really try to bring these guys close. We do a cook-off, and we act like it's like a kitchen. It's like a cooking show where the coaches are the judges. The players have to come up and present a dish, and just try to do a bunch of stuff where these guys are just forced to be together a lot, which is so awesome at a junior college because they're naturally going to spend a lot of time together. And so we do a bunch of stuff where our guys are forced to communicate with each other and have to do some problem solving, different things, because that's how these guys are going to grow closer together, is just by being with each other. You can't necessarily force it on them, but you can provide opportunity to where they have to work together, they have to be together, and they got to communicate, and really just echo that through what we do as coaches and how we treat our families, and it just becomes a huge family altogether. And as we battle through the year, and going in and out of games and wins and losses and ups and downs, but just always showing them, hey, we're in this together. We're a family. We're going to always be pulling for each other. And really just every time we see something that's selfish or puts the player in front of the team, we point it out and really kind of bring home. And at the same time, when we do it as coaches and showing, hey, it's okay to be vulnerable and we make mistakes, but show the forgiveness side of things to where our guys can start coming together and they go out there and they get after it.
That's awesome.
Sure. Well, final question we got for you, my man. Obviously, you know yourself, very young dude, especially in the head coaching world at such a big time job. Kind of in your eyes, and obviously everyone has goals and aspirations. What do you think for yourself is kind of the end goal? Is it kind of to get to that Division I level like your dad, or what kind of is that end career goal for you?
Yeah, if that's what God has in the plans for me, that's the path for me. Of course, I want to be able to get there. I mean, I feel like a lot of coaches have those aspirations, but really the biggest thing is wherever God thinks I'm going to make the biggest impact for His kingdom, that's where I'm going to be. And I don't know where that is. I'm obviously going to do everything I can to work towards maybe getting to a Power 5 program like my dad is at. But wherever I'm at, the biggest goal is, hey, I'm going to be right here and I'm going to try to make an impact on people's lives, because that's what I'm in it for.
Awesome,
No
man.
doubt. I can tell you are, man. Seriously.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure,
Thank
man.
you.
Well, good luck the rest of the season. Go win one in old Grand Junction. I know you know that place very well. So
Yeah.
good luck the rest of the way. We appreciate you joining us. Maybe we'll have to get the father-son duo. Maybe we got to get the dad on next. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see. But
Absolutely.
man, we appreciate you coming on, Tyler.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Good luck this year. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
See ya.
All right.
That was awesome, man.
That was the man,
Yeah.
Tyler Johnson, McLennan Junior College.
I should ask him, what did he I'm sure he went to high school here if he came here at 12 then, right?
So he went, I don't know where he went to high school, but I know he went to Navarro,
Okay.
played at Navarro, and then he played and graduated at Concordia.
Okay.
But I don't know where he went to high school. It's a good question.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah. No, we always kind of knew of each other playing the last 3 years whenever I was at Grayson. But then last year ran into him at a Round Rock's high school playoffs game in Westlake, and ended up standing next to him the whole game, just chatting up. We were watching, can't remember. I think OU was maybe playing Texas at the same time or something. And we were just watching the game on the phone, just hanging out.
How old is he?
Man, he's not even in his 30s.
Wow. Good job, man.
But yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's it's kind of like that Dusty situation, right? Like got that big head coaching job in your 20s and do what you want with it, right?
He's there.
Some dudes want to stay in that world, right? Because they don't want to deal with the Division I level. But
And McLennan's won a lot of national championships.
Yeah. No, they were very good his 4 years as an assistant, and then his head coach Mitch Thompson left. He was at McLennan for forever. Left, took the head job at Baylor, and he slid right in.
Well, even when I was in high school, they were.
Oh yeah.
They were like going to national championships.
They've always had baseball, and then like I said, last couple of years their softball team's gotten really good too. But nice facilities. I mean everything. Their field's sweet, and it's 5 minutes from Baylor, so.
But it's in Waco, so you got to deal with that.
Yeah. But that was our roundtable chat, coaches edition. Coming up here in the next about 8 minutes or so is going to be our roundtable chat with our baseball player of the week. Plays at South Carolina catcher. We'll say that's all we'll say for now. But getting into the rest of the show, boys, we got some stuff to talk about. We got, of course, our games of the weekend when it comes to basketball. Last weekend for regular season games for the men before conference tournaments. The women's conference tournaments going now. Big 12 tourney starts tomorrow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We got, of course, figuring out the 40 big boys segment. Coop, what's your segment called? Do you remember?
I don't even know what we called it, to be honest.
Sit them or stay them, something like that.
What was it?
Staying or leaving.
Staying or leaving, whatever.
We got to come up with something better than that.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know. We'll get to Coop staying or leaving as well after our roundtable chat. But then, just talking about everything else. Came out today. Netflix is going to be hosting a live event. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson in Dallas. What
Coop's excited about that. He loves those Paul kids.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I'm a big fighting fan in general. But Jake's interesting because Jake says that he wants to work his way up to the top and become like a true professional boxer, With that being said, he goes and gets out. Yes, Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights ever. Mike Tyson's 57 years old, guys.
Yeah.
57 years old. I don't care.
I watched when he fought Roy Jones.
Yeah.
And it was
like
Tyson was in shape.
He has technique and he has shape, but like Paul's in his prime mid-20s. You know what I'm saying? Like
Paul's still a big boy though. Like he's a
right, and it's gonna be
dude.
At heavyweight still. So
I mean, bro,
Tyson.
Paul, Paul can put on some weight. I mean, that if that dude stopped boxing, he would turn into a little fat, little chubby.
The thing is, Tyson, if he snaps and he really starts throwing them, you better watch out. Like he will still knock you out at 57. I don't care. Huh?
You think he's really still got that power? Like you
Oh,
think
he's a
stays in the
dog.
gym
It
like
don't
that?
matter. Tyson is nuts.
Oh,
Tyson
I'm
will.
technique, yeah, he's gonna have that. But I'm saying, like, do you think he stays in the gym like that for like power wise to be able to like knock him
I
out?
know when he got real fat and then he got in shape, he stayed. I saw him hitting mitts, and I mean,
Yeah,
dude, I don't care who you are. That's just one of those things you're gonna have. Like it's again, though, it's gonna be something we all watch, and we're all gonna be disappointed.
It's on Netflix too, by the way.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
gonna
not
make a
like,
shitload of money,
yeah.
and you know, we're all gonna say, man, what if Tyson just does rip his head off? And that's what half the people are gonna be wanting to see, and so people are gonna watch it. So yeah, does he want to be a real boxer? I'll give it to Paul. I think he really loves it, and I think he really wants to be good. I don't doubt that. I think he puts his heart and soul into it. But
yeah. I think his brother puts it in more, but
his brother in what? He's a wrestler.
Wrestling?
no, I mean, but when his brother's box, like his brother's box better.
No, not. I don't think he puts half the work
Logan,
in that
no,
he
you
does in
got him
boxing.
confused. Logan
Yeah.
has
Oh, I
fought
don't know.
Mayweather, but that, and then other than Mayweather at the exhibition, he's lost
He
to
fought a
Ken.
YouTuber. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he beat Dylan Dennis or whatever. But no, the Jake is the one that is actually training.
I think he loves
a
it, man.
boxer that like he has all the money in the world to have all the trainers that he needs, you know. So I don't know. It's an interesting one because of what Jake has said in the past. Jake has been saying that he's been wanting to build his resume to become a professional boxer.
He
But
just hasn't
then,
fought anybody.
He fought Fury.
yeah, he
He
fought
fought
Fury,
young Fury,
and he lost to Fury. That's the
and
guy
it was
he
close
lost to.
though. They
Yeah,
said that it was. I didn't watch it,
but he's had two other fights since then that he hasn't really promoted. Like it's just been on a normal boxing card, and he's knocked the two guys out in the first round.
and they were real boxers.
Yes, they were professional boxers. So like that's what
Listen,
he's trying
the kid knows how to make money. I know that.
Yes, but
because
he's kind of going against what he was doing at the start, though. Like at the start, he was getting those fights against the retired MMA guys. You know what I'm saying? The big money fights. And then he went and said, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna like actually try to be a professional boxer." And then now, if this is just a money, I mean, this is a money fight right here.
I don't blame him for taking this or them setting it up or whatever it is because, I mean, they're gonna print money.
Oh yeah,
they're going to print money.
I mean, they already printed money first because do you know for Netflix to be able to have that event, how much they're once those numbers come out, that'll be very interesting because Netflix, they don't do very many live events like that. Like they're starting to get into that world. And like, this is like that big step for them to get into the live event world. And I guarantee you Netflix is paying them a bag to get that because, you know, there was a lot of other channels or streams that wanted to probably get that fight and Netflix got it. I guarantee you they paid.
Now, you know who's really getting a bag is Mike. Because listen, well, what happens if Jake Paul knocks out Mike Tyson? What happens?
He's 57 years old.
Okay, but he's he's Mike
he's
Tyson.
50, that's what everyone's going to say. He's 57 years old. How old is Paul? 28?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's not a lose-lose situation, but it kind of is at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it is. I think no matter what, Tyson's still Tyson. And everybody's going to say, even if he did just get destroyed, they say, yeah, but Tyson at 28 would have killed this kid. Yeah. And so there's nothing that, you can't
prove that either. Like you can't.
Well, yeah, you can because he would have killed him at 28.
No, you can. No, you can. But we can't go back in time and
No, but everybody knows that.
Right. But
yeah, I mean,
we'll see, man.
At the end of the day, Jake's just got to get down to these more boxers.
I was surprised to see that they made that fight. But
see, y'all were a little too young to remember what Tyson did to people.
No, I don't even remember a fight.
Yeah, it was brutal, man.
Yeah,
the top boxers would go in there scared shitless.
Yeah, and
I mean that's what it was.
Boxing has the sport of boxing has changed since then too. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see a Mike Tyson. You know, like there's good boxers, but I feel like
not
I
the
don't know.
name,
It's just a
not the
different
name.
sport
It's
now.
not what it was as far as that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because like when
Physicality.
Tyson was in his prime, like I don't know what the numbers were or all that kind of stuff, but everybody wanted to watch it and everybody was paying $50. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Let's get it. I
That's
mean,
the thing is now for us, like we're gonna be able to watch it because it's on like
On Netflix.
you just have Netflix account.
these streaming services, they're going to go to all sports. That's what they have to do. That's why everybody's mad about the NFL going to do, more games on streaming. Listen, that's the future because nobody watches live TV anymore.
No,
It's sports is out of the top 100, there's probably 80 football games,
Boy, that's the thing too, is with, I don't know if you know Bally Sports.
Mhm.
It's more of like a regional for like
Yeah.
Texas area,
Rangers and
Oklahoma, Kansas, like all that kind of area. So they went bankrupt, right? And Amazon Prime pretty much bought them out. So now all those games, like it's like the MLB teams are like Rangers, Braves, Royals is like the main three. Like those, every single one of their games, Amazon Prime. NBA, same thing. Thunder, Mavs, Spurs, I think too. Amazon Prime. Those sports are all going to be Amazon Prime. So it's just a foot race on who can hit the biggest deal, pretty much. But while we wait for our chat to join us, I'm gonna start coming with these every week just because I know it's gonna just get Big Boy's gears going, and I just love his reaction. But the WNBA stat of today is that the Aces, the Las Vegas Aces become the first team to sell out all of its season tickets. First time in NBA or WNBA history.
And that's Las Vegas's team.
Yeah.
All right. I want to know how many people. I want to know how many are real people and how many are the casinos. Because that's going to be like, hey, you got a package. You want some free tickets?
So
you want some free tickets?
Their season tickets, they sell. It says 8,600 season tickets.
Oh my God, 8,000!
Well, last year they led the league in attendance with 10,000 fans per game.
Well, if there's only 8,000 that's just season tickets. So the daily tickets is more.
Yeah.
Hey man, great for them. I support women's sports 100%. I just don't believe some of these things that you try to throw out there is all I'm saying. Because again, how many WNBA games have you sat down and watched as a sports fan? Truthfully.
Less than 5.
Thank you.
9.
Hey, but it's
Thank you.
Come up, maybe next
year.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I hope everybody goes out and supports it. I won't be one of them. So if my daughter played basketball, yeah, I'd watch it, but she doesn't. So if she was like, I want to watch a basketball game, cool, let's go. But she doesn't. So
it's fair.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, while we wait, I don't know if y'all saw this, but obviously Russell Wilson let go, right? No longer with Denver, got the bag, got cut though, but got a hefty paycheck with it.
Yeah. I take that. Yeah.
Very hefty, very hefty. But they're talking about, of course, already about his potential landing spots. And the one that's kind of keep coming up is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
Would you like that one?
I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but yeah, I see why they would do it, and they can draft somebody in the later rounds and try to build them up or,
Yeah.
I don't know who all's the backups there, but Tomlin's going to do what he does and he'll pull out a winning record. And
I feel like with him and Russell, like he could figure something out, that
who's the offensive coordinator now? Cause they fired their old coordinator.
Yeah,
so
they did.
I don't know who
Let me see.
the new coordinator is.
Let's see. Who's the Steelers?
Does he have a past with Russell?
Oh, you know who it is.
Who?
Artie Smith.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Hey now.
Uh-huh.
Get him back to just call. I don't know what happened in Atlanta, man. I just don't get what happened there with the offense, man. Because I had heard they were saying maybe Russell to Atlanta also. that could be an option, but
Well, and it's the thing is like obviously Atlanta's got more like the top 10 pick to be able to draft one of those quarterbacks, but Steelers, unless they trade stuff, they really don't.
yeah, but why not let that first rounder sit behind Russell? I mean, I think he'd be the type to teach somebody. I just,
yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't worry about that. They're not going to get, I mean, probably somebody who's going to come in and dominate. I don't know with quarterbacks these days. I still think the Bears should keep Fields, trade back, and get a lot of weapons, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
yeah, I mean, obviously when he was in Seattle, I mean, when he had the 2 wide receivers in a running game, and he was
one of the best defenses. Let's not forget that, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like the Falcons wouldn't be too bad of a spot for him because they're going to be focused heavy on draft and free agency. On defense, they got the offensive weapons. Like they have the wide receivers, they got Bijan. So I mean, they have that stuff at the end of the day. So I mean, be interesting where obviously the franchise tags finished yesterday or 2 days ago. So now we're gonna get to the real free agency side of things, business. But speaking of that draft talk, they're saying some people are saying that they like JJ to go before Bo Nix and Penix now.
I can see that.
Maybe before Daniels.
I think Daniels is going to be.
They think that JJ from this combine got him into a top 10.
Wow. I don't know. He didn't impress me on the deep ball though. Was that just like, I don't know.
I think JJ is one of those guys that he's going to be okay. He's going to do good. I
mean, the deep ball is like one of the most timely throws. Like you got to get down with those, like your receivers, because it's so much mixing and matching with the receiver and the speed and the placement to get the ball on what side or of the receiver likes it on. So I feel like that's why, like, see what he does on his pro day with the deep ball, with the dudes that he's played with, right? And see the dudes he has the connections with, and then I feel like then that's where you could judge that. But I don't know.
I think he's a little overhyped, to be honest. Like he had the best offensive line and one of the best running backs in the nation.
He did everything you would ask for from your quarterback,
and he did.
And so there's not. It's
He did. I don't know. We haven't seen him in a spot that we haven't seen him in a spot of what he had to like carry, So I don't know. We'll see. But that's crazy if that's what happens.
Free agency is going to get going soon. It's going to be good. A lot of teams had to, because
did you see everybody the Bills cut?
Yeah, because that's what I was about
Miami.
To say. They had to be either today, by the end of today or tomorrow, they have to be under the salary cap. So that's what I was about to say, is a lot of teams having to clean house. Denver got rid of their all-pro safety as well today.
Yeah. I wish the Cowboys would go get that D lineman from Miami. Just go hard after him. That's all.
What's their salary cap?
I don't know, but they got rid of basically their whole defense. I don't think they have a linebacker left on the team. Miami is not going to be the Miami that y'all saw last year. It's not going to be that
was their one chance last year.
Yeah, I think their defense is, they might score 40, but they might give up 50. So
yeah.
Let's see. Let's see how much cap the salary cap Cowboys have. Let's see, because this year it's getting increased to $255 million, which is insane.
Well, just think about it though. A lot of teams, the quarterback's getting 50 of that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wild.
So much money, man.
It is.
The Cowboys. Are they over the cap?
They were. I think they were over by like $4 million.
Yeah, I think it's this on January 30th, according to Over the Cap, the Cowboys currently have negative 19 million in salary cap.
But I think that was before the new numbers came out.
So then they're probably like 10 million. So they're one of 11 teams in the red right now, which is obviously the negative.
The salary cap's all fake though. Like they figure out ways around that, and they'll extend people and turn things into bonuses, and that's the number. If I was an owner, or a coach, and I really wanted to win, that's the first person I'd hire. Who's the best nerd out there that can make my numbers look right? And I'd pay him $1 million a year.
Analytics and financials insane for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I can't do analytics in analytics class right now. I probably could if I put in it's like you got to put in the time to like learn that, because there's so many things that like you can get better at and like improve on in analytics. It's insane. And it's just,
especially now that you're working 13 hours a week, it'd be tough to put your
32
your whole heart into that, right?
32, 8 hours less than you. Don't worry.
I don't work 40. I don't know who works 40. I ain't never worked 40.
How many do you work?
50. And that's now. That's the easy. That's the least I've ever worked in my life.
That's the easy. Well, speaking of the hoop, obviously we're talking boxing, but isn't there a big UFC this weekend?
There's a big UFC card this weekend.
Is it Sean? Is this Sugar Sean?
Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto. Cheeto comes in with Sean's only loss, by the way. It's very skeptical loss because Sean hurt his leg. But yeah, the one guy that has beaten Sean O'Malley is Cheeto. So it's gonna be interesting. It's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, I like Sugar Sean, but Cheeto, man, he's legit.
He's like one of the most knockouts in bantamweight history or something crazy like that. So, and he's never been knocked out, never even been dropped before. That's stuff for you. But yeah, I was watching the press conference was earlier today, and it was crazy. That it's in Miami too.
Poirier, or however you say it.
Poirier's fighting in it against the upcoming lightweight. I can't remember his name, but he's
Poirier who?
Dustin Poirier.
Oh, Poirier. I think he said Poirier. I was like,
he's gonna be
like retired.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's some Peter Yan's fighting.
Well, I wish we could have Kobe on, but I guess he doesn't want to come on anymore.
He said he works nights now. That's what he told me. But he had said he was still going to try to come on tonight. That was at 1:00, and I had never heard from him. So I don't know. We're just getting stood up. It's all good.
It's all right.
You see the Bears, the corner they signed today, the Jalen Johnson. You see how much money he got? 4 years, $76 million. I mean, God, 54 guaranteed.
Damn,
that's crazy.
19. That's crazy. Yeah, Christian Wilkins, man, that dude is going to get so much money. Somebody's going to drop a lot of money on him.
Because Chris Jones.
I think he's going to end up staying in KC, man. I think he wants to be a part of this.
Either way, he's getting over 25 though.
Yeah. I just think he wants to stay.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has 2 rings, or does he have 3? He has 3, I think.
3, yeah. Should be 3. Yeah.
Might have to take that bag,
I think the Chiefs will be able to get him a bag.
Yeah.
Probably.
They'll figure it out. They're one of those teams that'll extend Pat another 4 years and come up with another 30 million.
Money. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because they did all like I don't know who votes on it. I think it's like
they were last. It was the players.
The owner
players
that rated an F.
Yeah, like their facilities, everything.
He was the worst rated owner.
Yeah. Oh, those are the players that vote on that.
Yeah.
It's anonymous.
Yeah. Well, and because I saw a thing, the Chiefs were supposed to redo their locker room for next season, but they posted that it has to be postponed because they went so far into the postseason that now they want to have it done in time.
Which makes no sense.
Because people were like, you didn't play a single game at home during the postseason.
or go hire 2 more crews and get this shit done. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
There'd be guys in Kansas City lining up to do it for free, probably, could say they did it. I mean,
Yeah.
no. And the same day that came out, he went to the city and was like, we need a new stadium. So we need, $1 billion from the taxpayers. So it's kind of,
It's an interesting
Crazy.
one. But Coop, let's throw it over to you. Staying or leaving? We had the Colts and the Jags last week, AFC South action. Let the people know who we got this week.
Yep, just finishing up that division. I got the Texans and I got the Titans. I'm going to do my Texans first, man. So I got wide receivers under contract: Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Robert Woods, John Minchie, key free agents, Noah Brown, and Steven Sims. Collins had a big year 3, 80 catches, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. He was a big help in the second part of the season for CJ when Tank Dell went out. He had a crazy second half of the season. Tank Dell, when he's healthy, he's a big playmaking machine. So the Nico Tank Dell combo creates a young and crazy talented wide receiver core in this Houston offense. On the flip side, if they cut Woods, they can save $5 million in cap space, and they can do whatever they want with that $5 million. But I think a good idea would be to definitely go find one in free agency or in the draft to continue with the young receiving core. Running backs under contract, we got Damian Pierce, and shout out Texas boy Andrew Beck. He's got some play time recently, but big key free agent Devin Singletary. He was D'Amico's ride or die this past year. Came out from, he was the backup to Pierce, and then became the starter at the end. So he's a free agent. Big thing, Houston needs to add to their backfield. It's if they go big and try to get a person like Saquon or Josh Jacobs, someone like that, if they want to go big, or if they play it safe and go get another guy like Singletary. Pierce has been more of a pass catching back.
They need to dump him.
They need to for sure get an early down back.
They're going to get a running back.
Yeah,
you think in the draft, or you think they're going to go free agent? I would get one in the draft, man.
I think they're going to go free agent.
How about our boy Blake Corum? I'm joking. I don't know what pick the Texans have.
He's not a first rounder.
No,
I don't think a running back will go in the first round.
Give him old Blake Corum, baby. Come on.
No.
Another Michigan guy in there.
It just depends on how they fall. A lot of people aren't high on the running backs this year. The class as a whole, which
is crazy. The class for sure. But then the flip side, free agency. This is the biggest running back market. Free agency.
Well, we'll see who actually pays them though, because a lot of these running backs are like, I want to go get paid, but the money might not be there. The market just for running backs, unfortunately, man, they're just, and it sucks, man, because running back is a position that, I don't know, man. Me growing up, if you were running back, you were awesome. Like, even to me, more than the quarterback in my eyes,
I still see it that way. I think running the ball is one of the most important things in the football game.
But now the way that they do it, I'd rather pay 3 guys $2 million a year than one guy, 15. So
it's air raid heavy for sure.
It turns into, I've seen that the reference talk about, like, you either go draft your Bijan or Gibbs in the second round, or you draft your Isaiah Pacheco in the 6th or 7th round and see what happens.
I think
who's winning? Pacheco got rings.
In the draft, Blake Corum, I think he's going to be good.
What about Brooks?
I think Corum's better than Brooks.
Wow.
I think Corum's better than Brooks.
That Texas Tech loyalty coming out.
No, that's nothing, man. But I don't know. I
like Corum too. I think he's tough, man.
I think Corum's a tough back, and I think that's just, he's like going to be a good NFL back. I love my boy Brooks, man. I hope he does good. I hope he does good.
I think he's going to do awesome. I really hope he goes to a place though where he can kind of not be dependent on next year. so he can get that leg,
Yeah.
100% back. And
100%.
I've seen a lot of people lately has been talking about how good of a fit he'd be in Dallas and how well he would fit on that squad.
yeah,
I think
I'd love it, but we need somebody to step in game
Yeah.
one. We literally don't have a running back right now.
yeah, I mean
Yep.
they're saying he's gonna be good to go by training camp, so we'll see.
Yeah, but man,
Um,
those injuries, man, ACLs, man, that's
I mean, think about it. Blake Corum had it the year before this year at Michigan, right? Almost same round time frame. And
was it around the same time?
you saw what he's able to do this year in a college system. So
Yeah.
I think his surgeon was the Cowboys guy, anyways. So
Yeah, Brooks was. Yeah, Brooks
Yeah.
Brooks surgeon was the Cowboys guy. Yeah.
bro, just imagine those dreads he's got in a Cowboys uni. Ooh,
Looking like Marion Barber, but smaller.
they
That'd
would
be
look pretty
awesome.
good, man.
Yeah.
All right, Coop. What else you got?
Yep, going on the last team of the division, the fake Oilers, whatever you want to call
The
them.
real Oilers.
The Titans.
The real Oilers. Yeah.
the Titans have most of the receivers returning, so I'm going to go to the running backs. The running back they have returning is Taj Spears. I think is how you say his name, Taj Spears, something like that.
Yeah, that's
So, but obviously the big free agent, Derrick Henry. You also have Jonathan Ward, but I don't know, man. The Derrick Henry era in Tennessee feels like it's over.
Which is crazy.
The front offense hasn't closed the door completely on a return, but their moves in the past year have said otherwise. If Henry doesn't get any offers, I think it will change, but I think it's time for the Titans. Henry, that's crazy.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
I think
He
Titans
said
are
his
gonna-
speech and everything. I mean,
New
Yeah.
head coach, but I think they're going to struggle.
oh, the Titans, I hope they do too, because Vrabel, what do they expect, man? When you get rid of all these players, and I mean, it's what do you expect? Like really, and what he did for that organization. Good luck to the Titans. I got friends that are Titans fans, and they're pissed. I mean, they're like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah,
It's
gonna be
so
rough.
good luck.
They've selected mid-round backs the past 2 seasons, including Spears in the 3rd round in 2023. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with the running back situation. I guess a team situation at best, but especially in the backfield.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I got for the Titans, man.
So who wins that division?
Come on.
Who? Indy?
Do what?
Indianapolis? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm gonna go. I'm ride and die with my Texans, man. If they get a good running back, get that backfield going. Tank Dell back. Nico Collins paired with Tank Dell. CJ Stroud. It's gonna be.
What about little Jordan going there? I mean, not little Jordan, big Jordan. Jordan going there
Who?
from UT, Winnington.
Oh, Jordan. Oh.
Yeah, I said little Jordan, like little Jordan.
Yeah, he's at Denver. But
going to the Texans.
That'd be cool.
Jordan. There you go. Yeah, he'll pick up for a
I
little.
mean, it would always be cool.
Jordan Winnington.
If the Texas boys can go to one of the 2 Texas teams, 100%. I mean, you think like Matt like how good Worthy would look in a Cowboys uni too, like.
And with CD, could you imagine that speed?
Yeah, and then like Mitchell would look good in a Houston jersey, 100%.
I wish. I mean, they're not gonna, because the Cowboys, they're not gonna get a receiver when they'll be going, But they have to go offensive line, I think. But yeah, that would be nice. But shit in one hand, wish in the other. See what I'm saying.
No.
I have the Cowboys on my thing. I can't wait to get to my Cowboys. I've been doing some research. I've been, getting ready for some Cowboys.
Jump over to them next week since you got the AFC South done.
Yep. I'll do them next for sure.
The NFC East, yeah.
Eagles, Giants.
Yep.
Cowboys.
Yeah, and the team we can't say, the Commanders. Are they going to keep that name or what?
I think so.
I thought it was supposed to I thought it was just like a small change until they got like a
Well,
big one.
it was the
Oh, it was the
Washington
Washington
football team.
Yeah, and then they got.
But then now the new owner, I thought they said he might change it too, which
Magic Johnson's in that ownership group.
I've always thought the Red Hogs. See, like back in the 80s, the Hogs, that was the thing. I mean, people in the stands would dress up like Hogs. It was the offensive line and all that. And I just always thought the Red Hogs was a no-brainer. Like, what are we doing if you can't use the Redskins? But
I don't know. We'll stay off that topic on the pod, but we'll stay off of that.
We're uncancelable.
We're uncancelable. Right now we are. Not, once we make it, we will.
YouTube might say, "Hey, hold on, you can't say that word." I did, which.
All right. Well, that was the staying or leaving segment.
That's a temporary name. We're changing that name, by the way.
Hey, come up with one then.
We will.
Mr. Genius.
We will.
All right. Well, looking over to our games of the weekend segment, we got a couple. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, big basketball going on. March Madness almost here. Pumped for that. We may do a little. I mean, we're gonna have to do a March Madness bracket between the three of us, but I have an idea that we need to talk about kind of along the lines of Super Bowl squares, but with March Madness. I thought of it the other day. So stay tuned for that if that comes to fruition as well, to get everyone watching, a little competing. But the basketball games that are the big ones, obviously Houston yesterday or the day before locked up the Big 12, but they still have a big game with the opponent they're playing. It's going to take it very seriously because it's can affect their not only conference tourney seeding, but their NCAA March Madness seeding. And that is number 14 Kansas at number 1 Houston, right? Obviously big for Houston still, so they can try and keep the number 1 ranking. If they lose, who knows if they lose number 1 seed or not overall. But very big for Kansas. They can lose a couple spots in the seedings when it comes to Big 12 tourney and the March Madness tournament. They've never been, in Bill Self's career, they've never been worse than a 4 seed in March Madness.
Wow.
Yeah, insane. So right now they're on the 3 spot. So if they lose this game and get a bad spot in the Big 12 and lose that, who knows what could happen there. But what do you got, Coop?
Yeah, man. Like you said, Houston already clinched the Big 12. So, but with that being said, I don't think they're gonna let off the gas pedal. You know what I'm saying? Like they're too good of a team to let off the gas pedal. Kansas is obviously playing for a spot, but just looking at like the two teams, the Houston defense is legit, man. Like we say it all the time, but they're physical. They play really physical defense. They're only giving up like 57 points a game. Kansas has something to play for, but on the other hand, Houston is just that good, and I see them winning it all, honestly, as of right now. So I'm going to go with Houston, even though they've already clinched, and they could, just be like, whatever, who cares, because it really doesn't matter. But I don't think they're that type of team. So I'm going to go Houston against Kansas.
Big boy.
I'll go Kansas. About to see that championship pedigree come out. How many national champions has Houston won since Phi Slamma Jamma?
I don't know.
None. So
are you sure? I think they won 1.
Houston?
Yeah, I thought Houston's won.
I think they won when Phi Slamma Jamma was there. Like back in the 80s.
I think they've won recently, I think, actually.
They've had a couple runs. Let's see.
I don't think they've won it.
Let's see it. Actually, I'm curious. They've been good for the past couple of years now. They've been up there. I know they've at least had a Final Four run. But
let's see.
Well, you're going with the Jayhawks, huh, big boy?
Yeah. Dickens is gonna ball out.
Yeah. Kansas can't score though, scoring 77 points a game. So their offense is good, shooting 50% from field goals. So their offense is good, but their Houston defense is good as hell. So
and where is it at?
I think it's at Houston.
Yeah, it's at Houston.
at the Fertitta Center.
No,
Yeah.
Coop, they didn't win. 2021, they got Final Four.
Final
Yeah.
Four. That's what it
So
was.
they didn't even
Okay.
make it to the semis. Their last runner-up was 1984.
Oh wow.
They went to the Elite Eight. So they went Final Four 2021, Elite Eight 2022, Sweet 16 2023.
Who ended up winning in 21? Do we know? Because that's the year I was thinking of. I knew they went far in 21, but I couldn't remember if they won or not.
Is it not Baylor? Yeah, that was Baylor's year. That's when they beat Gonzaga. Because
Okay.
Baylor smashed Houston in the semis,
Okay.
78-59, and then Gonzaga beat number 11 UCLA 93-90, and Baylor smacked Gonzaga in the championship, and the streets of Waco went crazy.
And I think 84 was when it was Phi Slamma Jamma, and I guess they didn't win it. And that was a big deal because that's Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, because I
So
don't see anything that I don't see anything that they've ever won.
yeah. So there you go.
Appearance.
Put all your money on Kansas.
I think I'm gonna go Kansas too because I don't think it is really gonna hurt Houston if they lose. I don't think they're gonna knock out. So what was that? What was a little wink for?
You know what's up.
I never do that again.
All right. Then our other big game of the weekend. We've already talked about it once on this show. And it's now flipping to the other home team. It's going to be, and this one's got a big one for both teams. Number 7, North Carolina, this time at number 9, Duke. Coop, what do we got on that one after what happened last time?
I'm going with the Tar Heels once again. They're gonna come into Duke this time and whoop their ass. That's it. I'm a Tar Heel fan, by the way, so I'm just to throw that out there. They're both averaging almost 81 points a game. They're both giving up like 66 to 69 points a game. So the numbers are pretty similar to each other. I just think it's a rivalry game. It's anything can happen in those games, but I think North Carolina is going to do it.
Taking Duke at home, Cameron Crazies. I love North Carolina too.
Especially after a 10-point or a 9-point win last time they faced. So
yeah,
they're going to go do it.
It's hard to beat a team twice.
Not when you're the Tar Heels.
I like Duke at home. Duke at home. Dub. Obviously, baseball, no specific games, but it is conference time for the Big 12 at least. I think SEC, they still got some of their non-cons, nothing too crazy. But Big 12, obviously, we'll let Big Boy talk about UT and figuring out the 40, who they got. I'm sure he's got something on that. We'll get to that in a second. But looking else around the Big 12 conference, once we kind of get into it, we'll do a little bit of look around matchups. Nothing too crazy this weekend. TCU at Kansas this weekend for the first series. Will be interesting see how TCU does in a road environment game. And then another big one this weekend, UCF is in Norman at OU. UCF 10-1 on the year, just came off a big midweek dub against Florida. So UCF's could be one of those teams this year that can maybe make some noise, especially in the Big 12, with the recent struggles of Texas and OU. Really, TCU's been the only team in the Big 12 and Tech's been decent. So we'll see what happens there. Big weekend. Other than that, in the Big 12, but looking over, we'll throw it over the big boy now for figuring out the 40. If you want to start off with who UT's got this weekend and where they're at, and Coop, of course, won't be there. So.
Yeah. So we're starting off with baseball. Is that what you're saying? Start off at the Texas Tech?
Yeah.
All right. Well, baseball team got swept in the tournament and then got beat 9-2
They've been struggling
against A&M at home. They have the 3-game series in Lubbock starting tomorrow. Texas Tech is number 17 right now on a 7-game winning streak after sweeping Gardner-Webb and Texas Southern. UT then has a midweek matchup with Incarnate Word on next Tuesday. And they got smoked, really. I mean, they gave up a 11-3 lead going into the fifth against Vanderbilt, and they ended up losing.
And they also lost to a state team, Texas State.
Yeah, they lost. Texas State always plays them rough, and so that one
a walk off too.
Yeah, that one they shouldn't have lost, but
Texas
I don't
State's
take
good,
that
man.
one as bad.
Texas State's good.
Yes,
They're
but I mean Vanderbilt's
top
better.
five.
But
yeah, I mean it's like DBU, right? DBU is probably right now the best Group of 5 team, but Texas State isn't too far behind them.
No, and yeah, that was losing that when you're up. I mean, you're up 8 runs, like in the fifth, like
11-3, I think.
It was 11-3 going into the fifth, man. Yeah. Like that's bad. And they always start slow, it seems like, and they have talent. So, I'm not gonna, jump off the ship yet, but that's when they actually played some guys that with some talent and some heart, they got beat. And they got to be pretty good. So I hope they can pull it back together. They have pitch in there. They just got to come together. The bullpen did not help them out for sure. No, and I wanted to ask you a question, Coop. Did you? Yeah, A&M. And I was on my little walk in the morning, and guy down the street, he's an A&M guy, and he literally stopped his car in the middle of the road. Hey, did you see that game? I was like, yeah, I saw it. I mean, literally, he was waiting to see me. I knew it. But he's a big baseball guy, and he's real excited about the Aggies this year because they have a lot of transfers. And,
they're loaded.
Yeah, they're good.
I was gonna ask Coop, did you end up going to that Gardner Webb? Did you watch?
Hell yeah, I did. Play? Hell yeah, I did. Yeah. Went to the tailgate. I saw Lawson Knight play. Yeah. Listen, guys, Tech's good. Of course, I'm gonna be pulling from the horns, but
they haven't really played anybody either, though.
I haven't played anyone, but Tech's they also didn't play their starters either, and still beat those guys like that.
I saw one of them was like 27-4 or something.
They put the most points up on an NCAA ever, a 32-run game.
Reword that, please.
The most runs.
Thank you.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
I said the most points.
Points?
Most runs put up in
listen.
The most runs put up in any freaking NCAA game, 32 runs, okay?
32?
So, 32 runs. It was a long game.
And then the next game they put up like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw God damn.
Yeah, it was their opening weekend.
They can hit. They have some guys that can hit.
You see the face off?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there you go. There'll be a lot of those coming up. They're gonna make so much money.
Yeah, it was Jake Paul who posted it. He said this event is not a pay-per-view, free to all, 260 million Netflix subscribers, 500 million plus homes live.
Jesus.
Damn. Yeah, they'll be watching that around the world, dude.
No, yeah, anybody, literally and Netflix subscribers can go up too. So,
yeah. All right, let's talk about the horns. We're on the figuring out the 40. Next, I'm gonna go to softball. So y'all done with baseball? Just let's hope and pray they get better.
Yeah.
I do think they'll start gelling. And again, he always seems to start kind of slow and then we start playing, but it was a bad showing last weekend and on Tuesday against your rival. Softball, they are officially number 1. So I know that makes Rowdy a little sad, but they are number 1. They overtook Oklahoma, 19-1. They got a 3-game series starting Friday at Houston. So after that, they play LSU, which is number 3 now, on Tuesday in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So that'll be a big game there. Reese Atwood is playing like an All-American. She's leading the Longhorns in all batting categories.
I wish they were playing up here, man. I would have died to be able to see them. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be able to probably see them in the Big 12 tournament, but I'm saying like regular season.
Yeah.
OU goes down to Austin this year, and I wish they were playing here for that. That'd be sick.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Reese Atwood, she's batting 492, 31 hits, 10 home runs, 38 RBIs. And I can't say her name. Cecilia Gutierrez is leading the team with a .46 ERA. And Tegan Caven, the freshman, is dominating with the 1.15 ERA, 8-0 record, and 48 strikeouts. So the girls are doing good.
Girls are doing good, man.
Yeah, the LSU game is going to be, I'll be watching that. That's going to be on the SEC network if anybody's interested. So that should be a good one.
And I have a quick thing going back to UT baseball real quick, because I saw this thing and I was meaning to say it. David Pierce's team records for their first 12 games and then their ending stage. So 2017, they went 7-5 and they made the regionals. Okay.
Yeah.
2018, they went 8-4, made the College World Series. 2019, they went 9-3, didn't make anything. NA. 2020, 10-2 was canceled, obviously. 2021, 7-5 College World Series. 2022, 11-1 College World Series. Here's a big one, the most recent one. 2023, they started off 5-7 in their first 12 games, and they went to the Super Regional and almost won the Super Regional after starting off 5-7.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he does that, like I said, but
Baseball team.
yes, Pierce.
Oh, they
Pierce
always they're not they always got some hard non-cons, man. They play in those tough tournaments, and then
it's not a give them some time. They're gonna do good in the conference, I think. So,
but the thing is the pitching was so good the first 2 weekends, and then the last two it's just been
bad.
yeah.
And they're gonna have to have good pitching against Tech, because Tech can hit. Tech can hit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, all right, we'll go on to the boys basketball. Last game against Baylor. Max had a great game, scored 33. Hunter started off those 2 threes. I was like, here we go. He ended up with 12. Shedrick had 14. Just without Dessou, like UT has no shot. Because basically it's came down, this season's been long enough that if it's Dessou and Max aren't pretty much on, they're not going to win the game. And it sucks because it seems like there's other guys, Weaver steps up, but for some reason he was on the bench a lot of the second half, and he had a couple fouls, but it wasn't like he was really in foul trouble. So that was weird. And they got Oklahoma this week, this Saturday. Yeah, they're at home. And
it's a big one.
Yeah, because they're saying, at this point, a home loss and a first round defeat, they might not make the tournament. But if they do handle business, they'll be like an 8 or 9 seed.
I think right now they have them as an 8 seed. They have OU as an 8 seed as well. And then in the Big 12 tournament, they have, based off the standings, I believe Texas is 8 and OU is 9. And those matchups are a big on what side you're on and who the potential matchup is for later on. It's better be that 8 than the 9 for sure. So I mean that's a big game when it comes.
Well, I also saw a thing that said if they lose to Oklahoma and they get bounced first round in the Big 12, they might not make it.
Yeah, I mean I think it just depends on who they pair up with first round, because that is the only good thing for them is like the top 10 teams in the Big 12 are pretty good. So that's the only good thing for them. If that scenario was to happen, they'd probably fall to like a 10 seed, last 4 in type situation. But I think if they can win and for sure win 1 round, maybe 2, they could get up to a 7 for the tournament. I think if they would have held on versus Baylor, they
had that. They looked so good the first half, man. Yeah. And then just with the
they don't score for 7 minutes.
Yeah, and then they went on exactly with about 10 minutes left. They just it gave up because Max stopped hitting shots and Dessou was sick and then twisted the knee. I mean, there was nothing, and it's I know they're better than that, man. Like they have the talent to be better than that, and it's just I don't know. Hunter sometimes just goes away. Even Brock sometimes, he was hitting shots early and then he just, he's gotten kicked out of the last 2 games. I mean, it's getting, by the way, he should not have got kicked out against Baylor.
No,
I'm sorry. That was, even the announcers were like, well, what happened last week? Well, that shouldn't matter. What does that matter?
It was all off his reputation, is what
I don't care. That don't matter. What does the reputation have to do with what just happened?
Yeah.
They should not have kicked him out of that game. But I don't know. I still got faith in them. I hope they can, I guess gel with 1 game left back in the season and start, doing it. I like Rodney. I don't think, they should overreact and fire him or anything like that. I think that'd be foolish, but
Yep.
they kind of regressed. But now we can go to the good basketball team at UT. Is the girls. The Big 12 tournament starts Saturday. Texas number 6 in the nation. They had the first round bye in the Big 12, and they'll face either Kansas or BYU in the second round. I got to throw the props out. The awards came out. So Texas freshman Madison Booker became the first freshman in Big 12 women's basketball history to earn the Player of the Year award. Booker was also named the Big 12 Freshman of the Year and a unanimous selection on the All Big 12 first team.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean she's balling, and she made the defensive.
And the only thing I hate about it is that they do co. They did a freaking co this year for player of the year. They did co-player of the year. I think that's the most stupidest thing in the sport. For any sport, They always do that shit. But I mean, of course, like the schools posted, and they should, like, you're the winner straight up. Like, no one's gonna post co. So why even do why do a co?
But I mean, you still won it, so
no, 100%. I just think it's stupid on like conferences and stuff like that. Do co champions, like
everybody gets a ribbon.
Yeah, whatever. But
Deanna Gaston was selected 6th player award. Aaliyah Moore was selected All Big 12 second team. And Shaylee Gonzalez, Shay Holly, and Taylor Jones earned All Big 12 honorable mention. And Holly earned Big 12 All Defensive Team also. A little nugget for the tournament. The Longhorns ranked 3rd in the NCAA in margin of victory on the season at plus 24.2.
Damn.
25 of the Longhorns' 27 wins this season have been by double digits. 17 of them have been 20 points or more.
Wow.
So they're good. Like, they have a real shot of taking it.
I hope so, man. Big needs it. I mean, he's built that thing up so fast.
He needs to make the Final Four. Definitely.
They've been so close the last couple of years. I'm making a run, and he's got the squad now without the best player that he's supposed to have coming into the season.
Yeah, but they've still, like, that should be an excuse.
And it helped that, like you said, I mean, it happened at the start of the season, so it's not an excuse anymore. You've had all the season to play. But for him, I hope it can happen for him.
Yeah, he's
That'd
good.
Be nice, man.
He'll get it done. He's good.
They need to, man. We need some bright spot. Look at all the girls dominating. The guys kind of shit in the bed, huh? That goes back to why I'm a big WNBA fan. You know what I mean?
For sure. And you know, an interesting fact for you too is, which I don't know if y'all saw it, but men's and women's swimming and diving championships was last weekend. So for the Big 12, it was for Big 12 conference championships. For the men's, it's happened like 26 or 27 years now. That's like all for the Big 12.
I thought they've won every single Big 12.
Yeah, they have. They've won
every single Big
12. Every single one, 27 years, 26 years. The men's, and then the women's have won like 23 in a row. It's insane.
That's dominating.
Yeah.
That is dominating. That's good.
That's why that dude was the Olympic coach, man. Coach. What's his name? Reese? Is it Reese?
I don't know his name.
No.
Yeah.
It is, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's him because he almost left and decided to come back. He almost retired.
Yeah.
It's
But I
him.
know he was the Olympic coach too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that dude is dominant. They need to build them a nice new swim center, man. They're still in that old thing. I think they're knocking it down though to make room for something else. And they're going to build them. Well, I think that's where the bubble's going. They're going to build them a new one. But
There you go.
yeah, that's domination and for sure. But that's all I got for the 40.
That's
So,
good. I like when you take over the 40, big boy. You're
I
passionate.
mean,
about
I try to put some factoids in it, you know.
You're passionate about the 40 acres, man. It's good.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I didn't go to a big college, and so like you at Tech and him at OU, so you know, Rangers, they don't really.
We could have just a Ranger segment every week, and Big Boy just gives us spotlights on Ranger sports.
There's been some legend. Ellis Burks went to Ranger for your baseball guys.
You know who else did basketball? I know you're not a basketball guy.
Yeah, their coach. He's the AD now. Now, what's his name?
Oh, who went there?
He was at Kansas and he got either Kentucky or Kansas. I don't remember. I'll remember. He's the athletic director now, but he's actually from Ranger, I think.
Oh.
Who went there? Basketball player.
Never mind. I was thinking of the wrong guy.
Yeah, I don't think he went. I don't know if Rangers had any big basketball guys go.
I was thinking of a different junior college. I just looked it up. It was Tyler Junior College. You know who played at Tyler Junior College in the NBA? Star in the NBA.
No, who?
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Because his coach is the head coach at Grayson.
Okay.
So there was one time my sophomore year, they were playing the Mavs that weekend, and it was the day before, and him and his little entourage pulled up to a game.
Really?
We're in Texas.
Yeah. I remember. You remember Birdman?
Oh yeah.
He went to Blinn. I know he went to
Birdman.
Blinn.
I remember him.
All the tattoos.
Who loved Birdman?
I used to love Birdman, man.
He got catfish, man. He had a whole deal there at the end, man. Like fake identity type
like
deal.
You just unlocked a whole nother memory for me, big boy.
That was a long time ago.
Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
He was a dog.
Was a dog.
Well, that was a good one. Roundtable chat not happening tonight, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, in case you couldn't tell.
Hopefully,
hey man,
we'll be next week. Hopefully, same guy. Hopefully next week.
He had something come up, man. It's the way it goes sometimes.
Division I baseball player. Shit happens.
Busy.
But I don't have anything else unless y'all got something.
That's it.
Something you want to get off your chest before next Friday's episode?
Well, what about a little combine talk here?
What about combine? What do you got?
What do you think? How do you think the boys from the 40 acres did?
I think Ryan Watts got himself drafted. I think
so. Think drafted?
Yep. I think depending on what Whittington runs at the pro day could get him drafted.
He didn't do anything.
No, he benched.
He did bench press.
Yeah. I mean, got the interview and stuff though, so that was that's big for him. But like what he runs at pro day could get him drafted. Christian Jones obviously was already going to get drafted. I think he may bump himself up around. And I think there should be 4 first rounders, but I think
that's going to be tough.
I think it's only going to be 3, but you never know how the cards fall. We'll see.
I think it depends if there's a run on receivers or on D tackles.
I think
if there's a run on both,
it's gonna,
maybe.
If Sweat and what's funny is I think if Sweat's going to get drafted in the first round, it's going to be how early his teammate Murphy gets drafted. I think if the earlier Murphy gets drafted, the better chance Sweat has to getting drafted in the first round.
Yeah,
I think. But I think both receivers first round, and good thing for them is it's going to be first round to good teams too. So
like one of them might go to Kansas City, and whoever it is,
they think
it's gonna be Worthy. Watch.
They think it's Mitchell to the Bills and Worthy to Kansas City.
I guarantee you Worthy ends up in Kansas City, and that's gonna be that's bad news for everyone else. You
No.
You pair him up with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, well, yeah, but let's not forget about Mitchell and Josh Allen.
Is
I
Diggs
wanna
gonna
see-
stay?
I want to see more. I
I
want
think
to
so,
see
but
more
even
from
if he was-
Mitchell. Listen, Mitchell's clutch. I want to see a better attitude from Mitchell
You
before we
just-
start.
You
talking
said that
about-
the whole time. That's a receiver, bro. That's a receiver.
You just saw more. He just ran a 4.34.
That's fine, and he has great skill, and he's caught a touchdown pass in every playoff game that he's played in. But
Yeah. Well,
Then
Terrell
why-
Owens didn't have the best attitude, and he's in the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, and
Then
you
why
want
is-
him on your
then
team
why is
every day.
Mitchell, why is
So-
Mitchell going to get drafted before Worthy? Then?
And he's nothing like that. I think Mitchell is going to be great. I think he's
I hope
going
he
to be
learns how to
great.
block in the NFL. I hope that's one thing they teach him how to do in the NFL is block. So we'll see.
Bro, I
We'll
get
see.
paid to catch balls.
Well, you
Well,
got.
I mean, but he blocked
Catch
better.
touchdowns.
But you can say that. But in that second half of the season, he did block a lot better, man. And he said it. He owned up to it and said, "I need to block better," and he did.
That's fair.
I mean, I think you get mad because he got upset, but dude, that's receivers, man. If you got mad at every receiver that did that, I'd be playing receiver out there because I mean, come on, man. All of them are like that. It's just that's part of being a receiver.
That's fair. That's fair.
But
That's funny. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, if Kobe ever gets on with us, I know he wants to. He had said he's planning for next week. Is what he just texted me. So we'll see what happens. But stay tuned for that. Hopefully, we're gonna get. I know he's been studying up his draft and combine stuff too. So hopefully we'll have a big segment hopefully next week.
yeah, if he has his way, the Texans are going to have 17 first round picks or some bullshit. That's how this is going to go.
Oh, man. Well, you got anything else before we wrap this fantastic Friday?
No, and I've been looking at your shirt. I know what's on there now. It's the little wagons that y'all ride around up there in Oklahoma. That's what that is, a little Oklahoma wagon. Those little wagons. See, that's a little wagon.
It's a rowback. Look up rowback. It's a dog.
I know what rowbacks are, but they have teams. And that's the Sooner Mobile.
No, it's not.
That's exactly what that is.
Bill.
You actually want to know what it is, and I've never noticed it until you just made me look at it. It's actually the state design of Oklahoma.
Oh my God.
Even
That's
worse.
even worse.
I've never.
Yeah, I know
noticed
my
that.
buddy has one with all the little Longhorns in the state. I mean,
Yeah,
that's an Oklahoma rowback.
Bro, it doesn't say Oklahoma. I mean, it's the state of Oklahoma. Yeah.
What
Hey,
are we talking here?
You wear this shirt, it's comfy. I don't care. Whatever.
I'd rather wear a damn jacket of freaking nails than something with the state of Oklahoma on it. I can tell you that right now.
Hey,
You can be an OU fan. That don't mean you have to wear the state of Oklahoma, buddy.
I'm not. I didn't say that. But hey, I came straight from office. It's office attire. Full fits, office attire. Office attire. See,
But you got to dress up to talk on the phone.
You got to dress up to make some sales, man. Yeah.
You ain't going out and making sales. You're sitting on the phone.
No,
you
you
can
got
be in
meetings.
your underwear at the
Oh.
house doing that.
What? No, you got meetings with people and donors and all kind of stuff. Yeah, big
Whoa.
donors. Money.
Have you met some big money guys?
Oh, bro, it's insane. And whenever you pull up their accounts, it's insane how it pops up their donor level.
Yeah.
I
People take that serious,
I
man.
wish I had that kind of money just to donate to a school. I mean,
Well, ask them if anybody are looking for any employees that they can work from home from Texas. Because I ain't going to Oklahoma. I can guarantee you that.
I had one person the other day I was talking to, this older guy, and he was just talking about his investments and everything. And he was like, you know what? He was like, if my next investment works out, he's like, I want to hire you. That's what he told me.
Sweet. Come on. Yeah. Say if the price is right.
Yeah. But that is all we are going to have for you today on the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. football season getting closer week by week, almost summertime. So like you said, spring break for Coop is here. Not for me yet. One more week, but Coop. Wow, I was gonna say we could have a show with me and Coop in person, but he's gonna be here the day after. Coop's coming up to see me during my spring break, but it's gonna be a day.
But this Thursday you'll be in
I'll be
Austin.
new location, baby. You'll see a new location Thursday.
So maybe y'all can meet up.
Yeah, you come to the house.
Yeah, me and Big Boy can do one together.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we're cooler.
That's fine.
yeah.
That's
I have to
fine.
go to that godforsaken state.
You'll be up here May 10th.
I'm scared.
See
Do I
ya.
need to like change my license plate when I go across the
Yeah,
border?
why don't we start singing the Eyes of Texas when Case
I
walks around or walks down the stage? The Eyes of Texas. I called Kate the other day and he was in class. He told me he was in class and I started singing the Eyes of Texas. He hung up so fast like a little weenie.
I hang up. I just turn you down. Hi, Bubs. All right. Well, that's going to be a wrap to this week's episode. Enjoy whatever sport it is you're watching. Basketball's heating up. Men's for sure. Women's is here as well. Tune into some March Madness action coming up. And of course, baseball opening weekend for the conference is here. So whatever you tune into, good luck. If you're a better like Coop, you may lose, but as long as you have fun, that's all that matters. But until next time, enjoy it. And we will see you next Friday for the Sports Roundtable Trio edition. Follow the socials. What else they got to do, big boy?
Ring that bell.
Ring the bell. Follow the socials. Tune in next week, and we'll see you then. Peace.